Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maureen and I'm a homeschooling mom to 2 boys. And today I want to share with you the curriculum that we use for Spanish from TalkBox Mom. TalkBox Mom is a subscription type of curriculum service. We personally get a box every other month, and I've found that that works really well for our family. It really gives us enough time, I feel like, to get really close to mastering new vocabulary and phrases that come within that month's box. So 2 months works for us, but you can get it quicker or you can even get them more spread out if that's your wish. I've mentioned in other videos that the way I found TalkBox Mom was actually at a homeschool convention. And I know that not everyone has the ability to go to a convention every year. And so I really wanted to make this video to give you a better look at the curriculum and what you get in it and how we personally utilize it. Now, one of the things that I loved about her curriculum is her approach to learning a new language. In my opinion, the best way to learn a new language is really just to immerse yourself into that country or culture and be forced to speak it. Now, obviously, we don't have the luxury of doing that. And so, in my opinion, one of the best ways to do that is just to start speaking the new language. And TalkBox Mom's curriculum just really lays it out there for you in that format. So instead of learning grammar and the rules behind the language first, you just start speaking. So for example, the first box that you receive when you sign up, at least for the Spanish, I'm assuming it's probably the same for all of the languages. Your first box theme is snacks and kitchen. So, that's a theme that you are using every day. Every day we're at the table eating, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snacks. And the box that you receive has tons of information of vocabulary and phrases that you would utilize during that time of the day. So for your first month, or whether it's 2 months, however far apart your subscriptions are, you are practicing all of those new terms and sayings every day. And so you're really on a great track to mastering those phrases because you get so much practice, and she's given you an opportunity to speak about things that you're going to do on an everyday basis. So I love that approach that TalkBox Mom gives, the best way to immerse yourself without the ability of being in another country. In my first box that I received with TalkBox Mom, I got a sheet that is labeled Your Immersion Journey. And that sheet showed me that if I stick with TalkBox Mom's curriculum, and again, we receive a box every 2 months, it had a total of 18 categories of different boxes that we would be receiving. So if I stick with TalkBox Mom, this curriculum would last me for at least 3 years, the way it's set up right now. And if you look over at the topics that they have in that immersion sheet, you will see that these are topics that you are talking about on an everyday basis. So again, we're starting with snacks and nutrition. The next few months, for example, are drinks and dining, actions, games and rooms, washing hands, toilet and care, brushing teeth, bathroom, things like that. So you can see that she just really lays it out for you to utilize that immersion method of learning a new language with things that you are going to say and use on a daily basis. In our first box, we received several beautifully laminated and illustrated pages. Now, 2 of those pages were Snacktime Phrases, and these phrases were broken up into sections. So the way we approached it was we started with section 1 for the first week, and then the second week moved on to section 2 because there's a few phrases within each section. And so I didn't want us to be overwhelmed with just looking at the whole sheet and trying to say, as many phrases as we could. Rather, we would just take a few from that section, say them every day and practice them until we felt like we somewhat mastered it, and then move on to the next section, and that works well for us. We also received 4 pages of beautifully illustrated snack charts. So what these are laminated pages that have a little icon for whatever that food item is, and then it says what it is in English, and then it's translated in Spanish. And on top of that, or on top of those large laminated sheets, we also got quite a few laminated squares, and these squares are translated for all types of tools and appliances that you're gonna find throughout your kitchen and dining area. Things like your spoons, knives and forks, your bowls, your refrigerator, your coffee maker, your blender. I mean, tons and tons of stuff that you would use on a daily basis. So what we did and what they instruct you to do is to put these sheets and these cards out in the area that the theme is. So obviously we're talking about kitchen and snack time. So our pages that are laminated, we put on the side of our refrigerator, and then all the cards, we obviously just place them right next to whatever the item is that was translated. So when you open our drawer of silverware, next to the forks is the translated card, next to the spoon, next to the plates and the bowls and everything. And I just use sticky tack. I don't know if that's what it's called, but like the sticky tack for things like the refrigerator and coffee machine and things like that. If it wasn't in a drawer, I just kind of put a little sticky tack and put that card right next to whatever that item was. And that is really the key to utilizing this curriculum. And so whenever we would go to grab one of those things that was translated, we would see the card and say it out loud. And then on those small cards, you'll notice that not only is the item translated, but it's given you some phrases to say with it that you would say often. So that is truly the selling point for me in this curriculum with TalkBox Mom. One thing I highly, highly recommend you get along with your box subscription from TalkBox Mom is their book titled Use Spanish at Home, or whatever the language is. If it's French, it would say Use French at Home. This book is fantastic, and I don't know about other ones besides the Spanish. I'm assuming that they probably all have the same amount, but this Spanish book alone has over 1,700 phrases translated for you to utilize. And I also love that it's alphabetized by the topics. So for example, if I wanted to say, you know, where's the diaper bag in Spanish, or did you grab the diaper bag? I'm gonna look under D and it'll say diaper bag and then several translated phrases that have to do with a diaper bag. I think that's a fantastic tool, and the way the book is laid out is beside every phrase has a little heart and a checkbox, and so you can go through the book and you can color in the hearts of the phrases that you really want to focus on and use. So you kind of set a number for yourself. Let's say it's like 10 a week, and you just kind of go through and color in the hearts of the phrases that you want to use for your goal for that week or whatever the time frame is. And then once you feel like you've mastered those phrases, you check it off. And so that's really just a visual way for you to see what you've learned and set a goal for yourself. I also want to mention that with your subscription, you get optional downloadable audio of the phrases that come in your box, and these phrases are spoken by native language speakers, so that is a really, really cool tool for you to utilize. Well, that is just a brief look at TalkBox Mom's Spanish curriculum that we have been using previously and we will continue to use for the upcoming school year. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will do my absolute best to answer them for you. I'm also going to link her website down below and her Instagram, because you need to be following her on Insta. If you guys liked this video or found it helpful at all, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a great one. Adios. That's a really cool tool for you to utilize, especially if you're learning a language that you've never really heard, or that would be stupid. Why would you learn a language you've never heard?